different university around in Vietnam. Okay, so thank you, Professor, for accepting our invitation to give the lecture at the school. So, Professor, please.
Okay. Xin chào. Toida Sadukura. Okay, that's all my Vietnamese. So, well, actually, I just arrived, 1 hour ago. Yeah, to the airport from Osaka. And something I need to mention you, between your country and Japan is very close. Just 4 hours flight. And time difference is just 2 hours. And you're eating rice, I'm eating rice. So basically, well, almost similar thing. Okay. Today I will talk about novel optical material as solid-state waste medium. Okay. So I was born in 1963, almost 60 years old. Yeah. So, well, your country average is around 30, but my country average is around 48 or something. So, in Japanese standard, I'm not too old, but in your standard, I'm old enough. And actually, I was born in the local prefecture, Toyama Prefecture, Japan seaside, not Tokyo, not Osaka. And countryside exactly look like your country. Around my home, well, Lastville. Yeah. And I was educated in Tokyo University, and I got PhD degree there. And after I got master's degree, I worked for NTT Basic Research Corporation. There, I started the research of solid-state waste medium. And after that, I moved to Institute for Molecular Science. And about 20 years ago, I joined to Osaka University as food professor. Okay. And well, let me introduce my Osaka University. Osaka University is, number 3 university in Japan. Number 1 maybe Tokyo University. Number 2 maybe Kyoto. And number 3 is Osaka. Actually, probably you know Professor Yuka. Well, everyone considers that he is also Kyoto University person, but actually his Nobel Prize work was done when he belongs to Osaka University. And this is my president, Nishio Sensei. And it's not so far away. And sometimes we are doing Sakura Science project to invite young people to Japan for a while. Yeah, just while visit to Japan, around 1 month or 1 week or something. And me some student coming to Japan using that program. So, anyone in this classroom been to Japan anywhere? Probably no. In that case, you can apply Sakura Science. Okay. So probably you think Japan best city is Osaka, not Tokyo. Okay? That's very important point. Actually, from visitors' point of view, Osaka is much enjoyable. Yeah, lots of people is coming from all over the world. Okay, fact data. Well, this is not old one. The undergraduate student is, 15,000. And, I guess. And Osaka University is ranked 18th in the world for most innovative university. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. And as I mentioned before, Professor Yukawa did his Nobel Prize work not in Kyoto University. Actually, when he was associate professor in Osaka, he did that work. Okay. Let me talk about my institute. Institute of Laser Engineering. Yeah. Well, around 300 people and 12 professors, 30 faculty members. And we have huge laser system, world number 3 laser Gecko system in Osaka. Yeah, come and visit us. Okay, what we are doing, probably you have heard about nuclear fusion, not fission. So for the future, we need to have various kind of power plant. And there's two schemes for realizing nuclear fusion. One is magnetic confinement, the other is laser confinement. And US, France, Chinese, and Japanese are doing this. And this is done all over the world. Yeah. So probably in about 50 years, we will run out of energy. So this is not for something for next 10 years, something for probably even next century. At least it will take 50 years for doing this research. Okay, so let me show. Toilet Kyojo, around 1 mile. This is Gecko laser system. Yeah, similar laser system exists around 10 all over the world. Okay. So something we are doing is, main target is development of new energy. The other is, industry and science altogether. Okay. All right. So, actually, using laser system, we can make very high pressure, and we can also make very high magnetic field, and lots of complex plasma experiment. Okay, so something important is this is a kind of special system, so we can do lots of different science altogether. And for this kind of laser system, we are actually number 3 in the impact factor and communication. Okay, let me talk about my work. Yeah, so I'm doing I'm slightly involved in high peak power system, but much more involved in development of new material and new spectroscopy, and together with Professor Min in Vietnam Academy of Science, we are doing developing new ultraviolet laser system. Okay. So this is my old one. So actually, where is Misa? Yeah, Misa is one of my very important collaborators. Okay. So let me introduce also working together with me. Yeah, he got PhD degree from my group, and he already in Japan around 10 years. Yeah. And these two are, from Philippines. And well, Philippines is also quite nearby. Maybe just 2 hours in flight. So, anyone been to Philippines before? No? So, it's very close. Yeah, you should visit Philippines. And we have also students and, friends over there. Yeah. Okay. So, actually, I'm in Osaka, but I'm trying to connect New Asian network together with your people and people from Philippines and also from Thailand. And after getting PhD, lots of our students moved to different places. So probably for you, first international step. One of the candidates is Japan. Yeah. Well, probably it's not so bad going to US or European country, but it costs a lot. And time difference is 7 hours and 8 hours or something. And important point is, in ordinary situation, cheapest round trip ticket to Vietnam, from Vietnam to Japan, is at most, probably you can find out less than 400 US dollars. Less than 400 US dollars. It's not too expensive. If going to US, going to European country, at least 5 times more. And actually, my students from your country and or Philippines, even within Starset, they can go back and forth between Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh to Osaka and Manila. That's very easy. And as you know, now you can use Zoom or Skype or anything. So really almost no time differences happen. So Misa and I talking, almost every week over Zoom. Yeah. Okay. So cooperation between Asian countries are very important. And as I mentioned before, Philippines much more close. Flight time is less than 2 hours. And Japan, 3 or 4 hours or something. Okay. So, actually, if no COVID, I'm visiting Vietnam, mostly in Hanoi every year. And maybe almost every year. New Zealand sometimes. Thailand and Malaysia, I have also come with in France. Okay. And this big guy is the president of your Society of Physics. Professor Kun, Nguyen Dai Kun. I'm pronouncing correct, Nguyen Dai Kun. Okay. Slightly different. Okay, I know him over nearly 30 years. When he was still young, he visited Japan 4 or 5 to do research. So after that, well, my relationship with your country started. Okay, so Nissan slightly younger, right? Probably 10 years before. When he was young, he looks like Michael Jackson. And later, my PhD student now working as research associate in Boston University. And also, Hai-san used to work together. And now I'm continuing cooperation with them. Okay. And this is one example, new material. But this is, so-called scintillator. What is scintillator? You cannot detect electron, proton, or neutron by your eye. Even some radiation exists. You cannot detect it with your eye. If you can see electron by your eye, it's better to go to medical doctor. You cannot see that. But irradiating such beam to this scintillator, you can convert that particle into light. That is scintillator. So for doing physics, we need to have lots of different scintillator material. Yeah. So separate from laser material development, I'm doing this. Okay. This is also scintillator. Scintillator. You cannot see X-ray. But using zinc oxide, you can convert X-ray into visible or ultraviolet light. Well, actually, my friend Kogashi-san coming together with me, working for free electron laser. That is also huge facility. And for checking the timing of laser and X-ray, we are using this thing. Okay, so that is this kind of my recent work. But well, going back to history, for students, something more traditional may be important. Well, most of you are master students.
As is true, maybe also the researcher, master student, PhD student, and also the lecturer.
Okay. So probably you have heard about titanium doped sapphire. And everyone in this room are rather much younger than me. So no one knows dye is organic dye. Yeah, that is tunable, but toxic, and irradiating with excitation light easily degraded. So dye is a day, laser experiment is rather than you should not wear white clothes when you're handling with dye. You can easily have red or green spot here. It looks sometimes nice, but toxic. And you don't want to contaminate your clothes with this kind of spot. And you cannot clean it. That's the problem. But solid state laser, basically almost no degradation. And okay, so well, I will go back to Hai-san. And everyone knows that most of laser we cannot select wavelengths, but in some laser, including guided titanium doped sapphire laser, we can tune the wavelengths. In case of titanium doped sapphire laser, from 700 nanometer up to about 1.1 micron. Well, you can see visible light around 400 down to 700 nanometer. Yeah. But if the infrared light is laser light, you can see that down to 890 or 80. Yeah. But when you are using infrared laser, be careful. Even if you cannot see that, power is very high. So you need to wear protection glass. Okay. When I was undergraduate student, well, safety limit. You should know the safety limit. Safety limit slightly less than 1 milliwatt. Okay? So I will never recommend, but a helium neon laser, 0.1 milliwatt, I got it to my eye. You should not do that. So I calculated it should be safe enough. But it's not too okay. Some green spot exists around 1 hour, even 0.1 milliwatt. And in case of using TISAC, you can easily have 1 watt. And I will also not recommend, if you put your finger, beam size is 1 watt. Maybe 1 second is okay. And 1 minute, probably your finger may be slightly damaged. But 1 watt, probably 10 seconds or something, almost nothing. But around 100 milliwatt, you can start to feel the heat. It depends on the wavelength. Maximum power I have ever touched is 20 watt. By accident. And my finger, well, I feel, some ache, it's like tasted, some needle is, So 10 watt is really dangerous. So when you are doing experimental laser, you should wear, protection glass. Your eye can resist at most 1 minute. Yeah. So something I would like to talk here. Sorry, some part is Japanese. Some part is Japanese. Tunable laser. Tunable laser is, useful for observing materials, new materials, characteristic of object property. The other thing important is, this is not too okay. This is blue light, green light, red light. Everyone knows that red light is slightly longer wavelength, around 600 nanometer, and blue light is 450 or something. Green light is 520 or something. So look at here. In the middle, phase is the same. So additive, well, all of the weight is additive. But going to offset, it will interfere. Okay? So if you have coherent line, coherent field at various wavelengths together, adding more weight, you will have short path duration. Okay? You can say that this is uncertainty principle. Bandwidth, wavelength bandwidth, and time or path duration for that. There's some kind of unity, relations. This is so-called transform limit. And if you want to have short pathways, you need to have tunable ways. And I will explain, I don't have this slide here. Well, does anyone has experience to do experiment using neodymium laser? Maybe you have seen neodymium laser. Typical path duration is 10 nanoseconds. You know the speed of light. And 10 nanoseconds correspond to 3 meters of the glass. 1 second, light can go to moon. And 10 nanoseconds, just 3 meters. And typical laser, TISAC laser that he had in his lab, 110 seconds, 100 times 10 to minus 15 seconds. You can have the light traveling distance just 30 microns. 30 microns. Almost, it's not a beam, just heat of that light. Yeah. So, you can make very short paths. Yeah. Some kind of flashlight that can resolve the time. Okay. So here's one of my domain. I'm publishing paper 10%. Here's Professor Morton when he was young. Yeah, now he is almost hairless. Yeah, but this is 40 years ago. He found titan gold sapphire. And okay, this is typical organic dye. Tunable range is shorter and power is limited. And also there's lots of different dye. Yeah, if you want to have this color, you need to choose some dye and inside with ultraviolet light. You can have tunable one. That is one skill. But as I mentioned before, it is toxic and sometimes contaminating your clothes. And degradation, power is limited. So it's not too happy. Okay, this was almost 30 years ago. More than 30 years, nearly 40 years. So no one knows here before TISAC. But this is really important material. Okay. This was already 32 years ago. I started short path generation when I belonged to NDT-based research laboratory. I have generated 57 seconds around 800 nanometers. That was shortest path duration method for solid state wave on that thing. Okay. And this is together with some company, I developed some kind of special optics. And this is really useful for 670 nanometer that will 1.1 micron. Yeah. So this is still very important important medium. Okay. So HiSat research is almost finished, 20 or 30 years ago, and now everything is commercially available. What should be done next? Out of our together with Min-san, he did a PhD work in Japan, together with me. Okay, so my previous work, when I was in Tokyo University, it's 35 years ago. Yeah. This is so-called excitable. Excitable is around 248 nanometers. And we have achieved very high peak power. And now, excitable is used for semiconductor process. Well, maybe most of you have cell phone. And the key component of cell phone is produced using excitable for lithography. Since wavelength is very short, you can write very minute circuit on the silicon. Without using other power, you can do it. So now excitable is used all over the world to make semiconductor. Okay, this was a base of research. We have demonstrated 4 terawatt, 4 times 10 to 12 watt peak power. And well, my supervisor was Professor Watanabe, who passed away 2 years ago. And together with him, I worked, well, so-called this 4 terawatt watt. Okay, oscillation is, 510 seconds. 510 seconds means oscillation is length of the seed, optical seed is 150 micron. Yeah. In 1 picosecond, 10 to minus 12, light can travel just 300 micron. And probably you are using, internet. And in the optical fiber, shortest path duration using the commercial system is around 100 picosecond. 100 picosecond means 1 bit is 3 centimeters. If you look carefully in the optical fiber, you can see 3 centimeter length of the pulse for 1 bit. Okay, something I did when I was master student, probably when I was 25. So probably around your age. Yeah. I have developed a new scheme of power duration measurement. I will not go into the detail. This is really my first work on this experiment. Okay. So terawatt with and what's the application of this type of high peak power laser system? Irradiating, high peak power laser into gaseous medium, we can generate harmonics. Well, probably everyone has seen green laser pointer. That is second harmonics of neodymium laser. Neodymium laser is around 1 micron, and second harmonics is 3. Yeah, 532 nanometers. And third harmonics, 355. You cannot see that. Yeah, important thing is, you can hear the sound from 20 hertz up to about 15 kilohertz. 3 order magnitude. But, well, ordinary people, or everyone, cannot see 1 octave. If the wavelength is half, you cannot see that. Yeah, different from sound. Our eye is made by chemical system, so we cannot design molecule sensitive to, lots of range of different photon energy. And also, our eye is made of protein that is not transparent to ultraviolet. Okay? Some of the insects, eyes are very small, and still they can choose different protein. So their eye is slightly sensitive to ultraviolet. Yes. And application around that day, generating higher order harmonics. Something I have achieved is 25th harmonics, and wavelength is around 10 nanometers. That was the shortest pulse duration around that day. And on that day, everyone believed, generating shorter wavelengths, starting with, ultraviolet laser is good. But recent research revealed that it's better to start with longer wavelengths to generate even shorter wavelengths to avoid iron. So today's main topic is this one. I'm doing this together, still doing this together with Min-san over there. Yeah, visit his place. Yeah, his place. So almost all people is from Ho Chi Minh City.
No, today. Also is a no of Vietnam. Also in Hanoi.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that, Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi, there's some kind of difference. Like much bigger difference compared with Tokyo and Osaka. Yeah. Well, I'm not, people originally from Osaka. So Osaka people think that they are invaded by Tokyo. So like that feeling. So saving dog lichen is tunable ultraviolet laser medium, like Tyson. Okay. This was found by Russian professor, one of my friends, Professor Pinsky. Now he moved to the US. And Cerium dot laser, earliest work is Cerium YLA. It's also by my friend, Professor Morgan. It even go back to 1979, over 43 years ago. But the problem of, this kind, this crystal, there is degradation like ordinary glass. But only in case of light excitation source, we can use post harmonics of neodymium reactors. And important point is post harmonics of neodymium reactors, rather easily available. Conversion efficiency from 1 micron to green is over 60%. From green to ultraviolet is probably 40% or something. From fundamental, you can expect over 20% conversion efficiency. So it's not too bad to use, same way. Yeah. Min-san, how much long I can have time?
I think you have around
Okay, so I don't have the board.
45 minutes.
45 minutes, all right. Okay, so, this is the, around 10 years ago, and Professor Morton, who invented ISA, yeah, he thought that he will have Nobel Prize by invention of TISA. But at this moment, probably, if he is alive until 84, he will. All right. And I will go more detail into my favorite tunable laser materials, silicon fibers. It's tunable from 280 down to 320. But the bandwidth microfarad was almost that of ISA. So shortest possible partial width that can be achieved using this material, maybe 3 seconds, maybe not yet achieved. And the post harmonics of neodymium reactors can be usable. And this is rather complicated. Well, how much power you can extract? How much power you can extract from unitary? Yeah, in case of dye, just 1 meter. Tunable laser medium dye, 1 meter. In case of neodymium reactors, 1 centimeter cross section you can have around 1 joule. Okay, and in case of the TISA, well, probably around also 1 joule. But in case of Sigma, slightly less than that, 100 meters. But this is large enough to design actual resistance. And luminescence lifetime is side with ultraviolet light, and this is split camera image. And lifetime of excitation is around 30 nanoseconds. So we can make amplifier. Yeah, 30 nanoseconds means, light can travel 10 meters. So you can make multiple amplifier. Go back and forth. Okay. So the important point is crystal growth. With the help of Japanese government, we have prepared better furnace crystal growth machine. Well, that cannot be had by Russia. Okay. So something we have is, already 10 years ago, this, 5 centimeter crystal. And using this laser, slightly before Misaka, we have achieved 60 meters. So, well, I'm using crystal around 2 diameter, but only center. So this is almost close to the unit of diameter. Okay. And this is my important collaborator, Professor Fuda, Fugio Fusta. Okay. This is also important thing. Is how we can generate ultraviolet light. So to have ultraviolet light, basically there is two schemes. One is using the xynoism. Yeah. It's using xynoism, you can have very high average power. That is important for lithography, semiconductor production. Yeah. Well, but for most of the application, well, I'm not so sure using who uses Windows? Who uses Windows? Is anyone is using Apple computer? So MacBook Air or iPhone using 355 nanometer nanosecond ultraviolet light to make a small hole into the metallic body. Yeah. So anyone who has iPhone or MacBook Air has used nanosecond ultraviolet light. And for having that, you need to have nonlinear crystals. Yeah. What is kind of nonlinear crystal? You can generate green light or blue light or ultraviolet. And the important point is, to make a high average power for some electromagnetic reactors, we have a new crystal. And we have the patent for that. That is lithium tetraoxide. It is not triple-A. So this is new nonlinear crystal. And using this way to this crystal, we have generated 14 watt. We generated 4 watt of green light. That was record on that day. Okay. And this is also 10 years old. Well, when I was around 45 or something. And let me show, this is, Professor Chen, who invented blade crystal, video crystal, lithium triple-A. Well, one of the very important Chinese professors who invented new nonlinear crystals. Okay, so from my reason of view, I've seen Wyckoff and Tyson. Saturation fluid is, just 70 times different. Bandwidth is almost same. So now, Professor Mi is developing, this high peak power system. Yeah. But since I'm doing something different right now, here's doing development, continuing this development in Hanoi. Yeah. And I'm providing all the crystals you can. Okay. Well, this was already 20 years old work. And together with Professor Hoffman, we have demonstrated 30 gigawatt in power. Okay. So that is something I'm doing together with Musa. And something else, a new thing. Okay. Ultraviolet is important for processing, semiconductor industry, and if we want want to have much more short wavelengths. Yeah, air is transparent down to 180 nanometer only. It's raining? Yes. Yeah. So 180, you will have the absorption of oxygen. So if you want to have something around between 10 nanometer up to about 180 nanometer, you need to evacuate the system, or at least you need to purge oxygen. Wow, that's very careful. And okay, so this part of development I'm doing right now, together with lots of people, and well, also. I have accessibility to synchrotron. This circle, synchrotron radiation system, diameter is 0.5 kilometer. There's something about FEL, free electron is 700 to mean. So, well, probably young generation. Research of laser is also okay, but you need to ask your government to build synchrotron. Yeah, synchrotron is nice set. Yeah, in the case of laser system, single users, synchrotron, multiple beam wide. So everyone can, well, lots of people can do the experiment simultaneously, different experiments. And it makes employment of research. Yeah, stable employment of research. So probably you need to ask powerful people like Misa to build synchrotron also. Okay, so using this FEL, we are doing new material research. I will not talk about too much about this new material. Still, it's not laser. Still not laser, but possibility to raise around 170 nanometers. Lots of new crystals. So this is too much in detail. And we are doing spectroscopy of this new material using synchrotron. This is too much detail. And as the same as probably you have heard about gallium nitride. Lots of blue LED, and even this is not fluorescent white, gallium nitride LED with synchrotron. So blue light is converted into white light. So this is gallium nitride. If you want to have shorter wavelengths, what's the limit? Aluminum nitride around 200 nanometers. So I'm starting some calculation work with about nitride work. Yeah, band calculation. And if you want to have much more shorter wavelengths, you need to forget about nitride. That is fluoride. Okay, this is about biggest calcium fluoride, CaF2. Yeah, CaF2 is important for lithography. And also, I need to mention that this is important for semiconductor industry, for making, HF, fluorine. That is important for semiconductor industry, HF. And for the starting material, we need to have calcium fluoride. And important thing, in Vietnam, second probably to China, you have calcium fluoride in natural. Okay, so you need to talk with industry people. Well, just digging mountain, you can sell passion floor. Yeah, for semiconductor industry, that is important thing for starting semiconductor industry. Yeah, probably, well, talking with, Misan and some of the friends, we are discussing about, natural resource of investment. Okay, so, but lots of fluoride material. So we are doing calculation with new fluoride material together with Misan. And, sorry, some other Japanese. This is one small single core. This is diameter is around 30 centimeter and generate ultraviolet light. So probably younger generation need to think about to have synchrotron in your country, in Ho Chi Minh or Hanoi, maybe.
Yeah.
And the cost is, I would say, 100 億円 in Japanese. 10 times 10 Japanese yen. So it's about the half of, about the same price with airplane. Just one airplane. So, well, today I fly with your Vietnam Airlines. You have probably over 100 airplanes. Just send it one and make Singapore. Okay? And that will make employment of younger people. And important point is, fluoride materials transparent down to about nearly 100 tons. Okay, well, this is photography pattern. Professor Kawazoe, he is also created with your people doing calculation. So band gap estimation for this new material is rather important. Okay, so I will not go into detail, but for testing this kind of, a direct band gap material, synchrotron or APL is very useful. Okay. And also, we are still doing some band modification like this is too much in detail. Okay. And synchrotron experiment together with your senpai. Miko. He's from south of Hanoi. I forgot the name of the city. Yeah. Yeah, it is also North Carolina. And yeah, well, my clients, in New Zealand, doing cooperation with Professor Peter Van Hodge, originally German guy. And in New Zealand, he did cooperation with my former PhD student. Now she is associate professor in New Zealand. Okay, thank you for your attention and teacher.
Okay, so thank you, Professor Sarukuna. You see, tôi nói tiếng Việt để ông ấy đỡ nghe. Tức là giáo sư thì chủ yếu là giáo sư rất yêu Việt Nam, thực sự là như vậy. Và tôi cũng rất là may mắn được việc làm ở đấy, và nhóm này cũng có rất nhiều người Việt Nam đã sang làm việc ngắn hạn. Và bây giờ Đại học Osaka thì nó có một cái hợp tác, nó xây dựng gọi là Osaka Campus ở tại Đại học Lâm Học Việt Nam. Mỗi năm nó có được 20 bạn sinh viên đại học hoặc là sau đại học sang Nhật. Thì cái này là cái mà cơ hội rất cho nhiều các bạn, và hôm nay là cái mùi. Actually, I talk about the Osaka campus. Osaka in Vietnam Academy of Science and Technology.
And I'm satellite to level.
Yeah.
And well, probably starting from this year or next year, we will have partial scholarship to invite your people to Japan. And those who would like to come to Japan, ask him. He will give you the air ticket.
Thực sự là như vậy, tức là có rất nhiều các bạn trẻ ở sang Nhật, như mỗi năm phải đến mấy người thì để sang Nhật người ta bây giờ người ta tạo một cái ảnh hưởng của Nhật cho đến khác và người ta sắp xếp toàn bộ cho cái đi lại và ở đấy. Tất nhiên là cái học bổng sẽ không nhiều, nhưng mà tôi nghĩ là thực sự là các bạn học đến bữa nay buổi thứ hai rồi, có nhiều cái tức là cái giáo sư mà tôi mời dạy về lớp này là lớp học này là toàn giáo sư rất là đầu ngành về những lĩnh vực người ta, ví dụ sáng của giáo sư Nga cả đấy rất là nổi tiếng và người ta cũng rất là mong muốn thực sự là những người mà dạy đây này, tôi có thể khẳng định là người ta rất yêu Việt Nam. Bởi vì các bạn nhìn thấy nhá, đấy nhá, ví dụ như tố giáo sư Nga sáng nay dạy đấy là người ta mới đi qua tố qua đấy mà bay qua rất là đi xa, vô qua là giáo sư Beirut cả, là người ta bay 24 tiếng để người ta sang người ta dự. Hoặc giáo sư Nhật đấy, vừa đến sân bay có là người ta đồng ý này, người ta rất yêu Việt Nam mà người ta làm như vậy đấy. Bạn luôn nhớ là người ta rất yêu Việt Nam người ta làm vậy. Đây là thực sự là với mong muốn của người tổ chức lớp học này thì tôi không nghĩ rằng tôi muốn rằng là như này, tức là ngoài những kiến thức tôi hiểu là ở cái lớp này thì các bạn là chủ yếu là những ngành nghề khác nhau, đúng không, rất là khó, nhưng mà các bạn sẽ học được cái nhiều cái ngoài cái chuyện về chuyên môn, kể cả tôi nói đơn giản là học kể cả về làm hợp tác quốc tế thì tôi học được từ người trước là học hợp tác quốc tế như thế nào để người bên ngoài xong người ta thích mình, người ta quý mình. Tôi nghĩ là các bạn sẽ học từ cái nhỏ nhỏ như vậy. Thì các bạn có câu hỏi gì về cái vấn đề giáo sư không?
Thank you, Professor Sensei, for your talk. I heard that in your presentation you talked about the single jump accelerator.
Yeah.
So I wonder the application of single jump accelerator in the laser major, because I remember that the single jump is the powerful source of the X-ray, high energy X-ray. So which is the application of the single jump in the laser?
Okay. So your question is about application of the X-ray. Single
Yeah.
X-ray. Actually, right now, everything is for spectroscopy. And the important thing is development of, battery. And the other thing is, medicine. Yeah. For developing new medicine, you need to have the structure of protein. Yeah. Protein, biomaterial. Yeah. If you have some kind of disease, you need to extract the protein. And you need to know the structure of protein. X-ray diffraction method. You can easily have the structure of, sodium chloride, NaCl. You can just measure lattice constant and position rather easily using very weak X-ray. But protein, even if you can make the crystal, atom is over 1,000. So to have exact structure of protein, you need to have very strong X-ray. So most of the industry application in Japan for this type of synchrotron is, development of, medicine. Development of medicine. Synchrotron. Yeah, well, actually, the synchrotron. There's some pictures of it. So. You need to persuade your government to do, industry, new material development, synchrotron and so forth. Also for bioscience research, synchrotron can be used. Yeah. But mostly still not for production, just spectroscopy, just publishing paper.
Yeah.
And consume lots of electric power. That's the problem.
Có bạn nào có câu hỏi không? Rất nhiều thời gian, bởi vì trời thì mưa thì có.
technical will be
Yeah.
very close.
Có lẽ là qua đây thì tôi tự PR bản thân một tí, không bởi vì tôi cũng muốn là nhóm của tôi thì vẫn đang hợp tác với đấy, tôi vẫn hợp tác với các giáo sư đây thôi, nên là sau này cũng có hy vọng là các bạn nếu như bạn nào muốn làm du sinh nhóm hay những cái tức là đây tức là có ngày du sinh, nhưng mà tất nhiên là về là tôi làm về quang tử ứng dụng, quang tử đấy, quang tử thì tôi làm tôi thì tập trung nhiều vào laser và laser tức là ứng dụng của laser laser application. Và bây giờ như giáo sư nói tức là tôi làm về từ tử ngoại cho đến hồng ngoại, tức là bởi vì cũng có xác này cũng có một bạn nào nói là một cái laser thì rất là đắt, có thể vài tỷ một chúng ta làm mà 9 ra, cái thứ rất là hay. Yeah. Có câu hỏi nào không? Okay, if no more questions, so please thank Professor. Okay, okay. So các bạn nhớ rằng đi đâu thì đi, 6 giờ chúng ta có mặt ở nhà hàng, đây là nhà hàng 6 giờ tối.